Hey, ladies. I am so excited to be with you on session number 22. And I'm so excited that we made it this far together. Like, if you've been with us for all of the 22 sessions, I want you to put a comment in the comment section so that I can give you an air high five because you are doing the things. You are devoted to your personal development. And today we're going to be talking about marketing with integrity and serving people before selling. Okay, so good morning and welcome back to our 30 days of faith, confidence, and high income skills. Today, we are stepping into a new phase of this journey, which is marketing and leadership. Let me make sure my mic is on. Marketing and leadership. And I want to start with something that many people quietly feel. The moment you think about posting online or promoting something or sharing your expertise, you hesitate. And you think, I don't want to look too salesy. I don't want to sound super salesy. I'm not that kind of person. What if people think that I'm just trying to make money or I'm just trying to get their money? I don't want to annoy people. What if people judge me? So instead of showing up, you stay silent, and silence feels safe. But silence feels safe, right? But it also keeps your gifts hidden. So today, we are going to redefine marketing in a way that aligns with faith, leadership, and integrity. Because marketing is not manipulation, and when done correctly, it's service. I'm going to say that again. Marketing is not manipulation. And when done correctly, it's actually service. Now, we talk a lot about service because we are all called to serve one another, right? So let's jump into some scripture. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, the NIV version says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify who? Not you, but your Father. Because when you look good, He looks good. So it's okay to shine. Now, let your light shine. Notice it didn't say hide your light. There's a lot of verses that talk about letting your light shine. It doesn't say dim your ability. It doesn't say shrink your influence. Visibility is not pride when the purpose is service. I'm going to say that again. Visibility, being out in the spotlight, is not pride when your heart posture is right. When your posture, when your purpose, the purpose behind what you're doing is to serve. So if you have insight that helps someone, if you have experience that could be someone's guide, hiding that does not serve them. It actually harms them. Marketing at its best is simply allowing your light to be seen. Now, what does the Bible say? It says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if you're working for the Lord and not for men. Meaning, when you go out and market yourself, you do it the best way you can. You put your best foot forward as if you're working for who? For Him, because you're a representation of the one who sent you, of the one who created you. So let's talk about what marketing really is. Most people misunderstand marketing. They think marketing means persuasion or convincing or pressuring. But true marketing is actually just communication. It answers 3 questions for someone who is watching. It says, do you understand me? Can you help me? Or can I trust you? That's it. See, marketing is education before invitation. When someone already feels understood, When they've already learned something from you, when they trust your tone and integrity, there is no pressure. See, the decision feels natural. Maya Angelou once said, "People will never forget how you made them feel." Marketing is about how people feel when they encounter your voice. Do they feel clarity? Do they feel pressure? Do they feel integrity coming from you and trust? Or do they feel like maybe like you're trying to deceive them and pressure? Integrity feels calm, and calm builds trust. So let's talk about, why does integrity matter in a noisy world? Why does integrity matter in a noisy world? Well, we live in a world of exaggeration, urgency, scarcity tactics, and pressure messaging. People are tired. And when someone speaks calmly, clearly, and honestly, it stands out. Warren Buffett said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." Short-term hype might create short-term attention, but long-term leadership requires trust. And trust requires integrity. Oprah Winfrey once said, "Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing nobody's going to know whether you did it or not." Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing that nobody's going to know whether you did it or not. You see, marketing with integrity means you do not exaggerate your results. You don't create false urgency. You don't manipulate emotions. You educate honestly, and you let people decide. You see, Jesus did not whisper truth to one person at a time. He taught crowds. He used stories. He used parables, and he made truth accessible. He didn't force his beliefs. He presented truth openly, and he allowed people to choose. That is leadership communication. Okay? Marketing at its highest level is simply structured communication at scale. Marketing at its highest level is simply structured communication at scale to the masses. You are sharing value openly so that the right people can receive it. When marketing feels uncomfortable, you have to ask yourself, am I trying to impress or help? If the answer is help, then your energy should change. Serving people looks like this: sharing lessons that you've learned, speaking honestly about struggles, teaching what you wish you would have known earlier, and offering clarity without pressure. Your content becomes leadership, and leadership builds influence, and influence creates opportunity, which is what you need. So let's look at some practical content frameworks, okay? Here is a simple structure that anyone can follow. Number one, teach something helpful. Number two, share a personal example. And number three, offer a reflection and next steps. For example, teach a lesson about discipline. Share a moment that you struggled with inconsistency in your own life. And then encourage your viewers to choose one daily habit. Isn't that what we did in our last one? No selling required. Value builds familiarity. Familiarity builds comfort, and comfort builds trust. Trust builds alignment, which is what is needed for somebody to feel comfortable to continue working with you or continue staying with you on your journey. Sarah Blakely once said, Don't be intimidated by what you don't know. That can be your greatest strength. You don't need perfection to lead. What you need is honesty and consistency. So I want you to have this internal checkpoint, okay? Before you ever post anything, I want you to just always have this internal thing that says, does this help someone? Is this honest? And does this reflect who I truly am? I'm going to say it again. Does this help someone? Is this honest? And does this reflect who I truly am? If the answer is yes, I want you to post confidently. And remember that integrity removes fear. Because when your intention is service, your confidence stabilizes. I'm going to say that again. When your intention is when your intention is service, your confidence stabilizes. So let's do a quick identity shift before we go, okay? You are not trying to convince the world. You are not everybody's cup of tea. You are not, and nor do you want to be, everybody's cup of tea. But you are simply showing up for the people that you are meant for, the people with your name on them. Where they're walking around waiting for somebody like you to rise up and tell their story and motivate them. You know, I always tell this story about my ex-sister-in-law, my sister-in-law. I love that girl. And when I was going through some of the hardest moments of my life, I remember calling her and thinking that I was just done for. I was so just feeling down, feeling so hopeless. And she shared her story. And her story sounded like the beginning of my story, but fast forward, my story ended up being the same story that she went through. So when she shared her story with me of the things that she had experienced that were very similar to mine, and I'm talking about divorce right now, I remember thinking, wow, that's crazy. I hope that doesn't happen to me. Because she was telling me things that I hadn't experienced yet, but she went through. And she went through my beginning, middle, and end. And I remember as I was going through my journey, I would continue to hold on to the truth that she gave me, which was a genuine story, genuine experience. As I was looking up to her at the moment when she was telling me, and I'm seeing her thriving, beautiful, amazing, confident, I remember thinking like, wow, if she can do it, so can I. And every time I would come to the end of my rope, I would look at her and see that she's okay. She's alive. She's breathing. And her life was not over, but it was a season and a stop in her life. And that gave me strength to continue on. So if that can happen to me, I know your story can help somebody else. And there's somebody out there who's waiting for you to get the confidence to rise up and help somebody. We are all called. And the reason that you are here right now, I believe, is because there's something inside of you that God wants to pull out. There's somebody out there who needs to hear your story. There's somebody out there who needs to experience you. And if you decline to rise up, then somebody may not get that information. Somebody may not get the strength that they need, or God will send it from another place. But you have to feel that burden to be used by God. So, mark my words. Marketing becomes service when your intention is aligned. And when you stop hiding your ability to help, your influence expands. When you stop hiding your ability to help, and I know some of us, like my own self, my very own self, do not want to be in the spotlight, do not want to be on the stage, do not want to be in the front. But guess what? You have to say yes, because there's people who need you. There's people who are waiting for you. And if you don't do it, somebody will suffer. Okay, so take that. I want you to take that and take it literally and begin your journey. So if today helped you to see marketing in a different light, I want you to comment the word serve below, because leadership begins when we stop hiding our ability to help others. And if you have been watching this series and starting to see how communication, discipline, resilience, and marketing all connect, high ticket sales might be making more sense for you now. It's not hype, but it's structured, professional skill. And if you are curious to understand it more clearly, I created a free mini course that explains everything you need to know step by step about high ticket sales. Okay, there's no pressure there, there's no exaggeration, there's no sales tactics. It is all 100% free, no gimmicks, no strings attached. Okay. So if you would like to be able to learn a little bit more about high ticket sales and see if it's for you, I want you to comment the word course below so that I can have somebody from my team send it over to you, okay? And I want you to take your time with it, go through those videos. I put a lot of value in there so that you could really get a good handle on it. And remember that growth should feel aligned. So I'm going to see you tomorrow on session number 23, where we will be talking about attraction marketing and how the right people will begin to find you naturally. Remember, we say Godspeed because God is the driving force of every single thing that we do. So Godspeed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.